Okay then, just like the other Gargolem forms, the base version got access to a brand new ability, being Sly. Although, even with this buff, Gargolem attack is overall just better in most cases. Except Gargolem attack actually got banned from ranked recently, which makes Gargolem base worth using instead of it being really niche. Okay then, let's jump straight into it because we've got a few different Gargolem bases to use. Starting us off then is going to be the Sly melee attacker. We're running 200 speed TPs with a nimble personality to let us be as fast as possible, while the 200 melee attack TPs are then gonna let us hit as hard as possible. The 44 energy TPs at level 50 is going to get us to that 280 energy mark, which will let us passively regain 7 energy back each turn. The 8 range defense TPs is gonna make our range defense stat slightly better than our melee defense stat, which will give Protagon a melee attack increase rather than a ranged one, and then the 48 health TPs are leftovers. For the held item, we're just going to be using specialty gloves to give us the biggest damage increase as possible. Then for the ability, we're going to be using Gargolem base's newest ability, Sly, which will let us completely ignore the opponent's held item while we're attacking or while they're attacking us. And then finally for the moves, we're running Earthquake and Nosedive as our strongest stab options, and then Rogue Assault and Allagash are going to be our strongest coverage options. Although there are some other options like Cerebral Slash and Primal Slash, it mostly depends on what type of coverage you're looking for. Okay then, hopping into the first battle, and honestly, I don't think Gargolem base looks too bad here, so we're gonna give it a try and hope for the best. That's really all I can say. Okay, let's go for the Ragoon lead. I'm gonna try and steal a really good ability or get my entry hazards down. That is a Char Onyx, and it is Fog Summon. Not exactly great for me, not gonna lie. I can't preemptive strike it to steal this ability. Clicking Naligash into Char Onyx doesn't seem that worth it. I guess entry hazards might be the best thing that I can do. I'm assuming they're just gonna go for Flash and Flee, right? Potentially. So what entry hazard do I want to set up? Do they have a fire type? No, I don't think they did, so I'll try Esco Traps. I will always live one hit no matter what from the Char Onyx, and it is Flash and Flee. Okay, that is completely fine. I will gladly trade my Ragoon to get up at least 1 or 2 layers of any entry hazards. And they go into Lumelo. Okay. I still haven't made contact with anything yet, so I can actually steal Lumelo's ability. But it's not exactly a great ability to steal though, right? So is it even worth it? Probably not, to be honest. Probably not at all. This is definitely going to try and set up entry hazards low. So what to do? Going Gargolem here is a little risky because Lumelo's really tanky, and it could have a water type move, which I'm really not a big fan of. And Phoenix is probably the best thing to go into, right? I gotta click Burn Up, I gotta burn the Lumelo. No, I think actually just Venusaur, right? I think we just go Venusaur. I can get rid of the entry hazard later, I can save the Ragoon to try and steal something's ability later on, or I can sacrifice it. And it's Hydro Slash. That does nothing to Venusaur. I guess they wanted to get rid of Ragoon, which honestly isn't a bad shout. Honestly, Poison Barbs aren't that bad to go for right now, because Lumelo is not staying in. I'm actually surprised about that, not gonna lie. I am actually surprised they were just gonna sacrifice their Lumelo. Well, I guess I got Poison Barbs down at the very least, but now I need to sacrifice something. Now I need to sacrifice something, okay. They went for normal Barbs, so we go Gargolem, okay? Gargolem. Yeah, nice. Ice Cold Trap. Perfect. Completely fine. Completely fine. Now, let's go back into Venusaur. Right? Because here they're most likely going to click Hydro Slash again, if I had to guess. Yeah? The damage just took on the Venusaur, but it's fine. Hydro Slash, completely fine, okay? Completely fine. Now, I gotta go for Venom Slash. All part of the plan that I had to rewrite because I really thought they would switch out immediately. They really were just going to give up their Lumelo for 1 Barbs, but I guess I was going to give up my Ragoon for one layer of ice cold trap. So honestly, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. They're just like basically Sui leads. You send them out, you try and get at least 1 or 2 layer of entry hazards, and you expect them to be removed from the game. So yeah. But hey, poison barbs aren't too bad, right? I don't think they had a poison type, toxic type to get rid of that. Metronet switching in, a little bit scary, but I have Infernix. I'm kind of hoping this isn't a mixed Metronet or a melee Metronet. I'm really hoping for just pure ranged. If it is ranged, I gotta get rid of the entry hazards. Mind Drain, that's fine. That does next to no damage. And yep, here's my burn up. I think Mind's Eye. Bro, you have access to peace of mind. I'm just letting you know, man. But hey, maybe not a Soul Burst Metronet, which is pretty good for me. But yeah, now that we've gotten rid of entry hazards, I don't think they can set them back up. Let's go for Fire Breath here, just to try and like potentially remove the Metronet, or at least heavily weaken it. I'm really scared about a potential Soul Burst Metronet. Or I can just one-shot it. I didn't think I would one-shot it, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would like just barely live. But it didn't, clearly. Krabtana is out. It's poisoned. It got chipped a little bit. Love to see that. We just go use snack here, right? Every single time. Every single time. They're most likely gonna click Rogue Assault, I would assume. Right? Nope, Razor Slash. Honestly, that's also fine. I guess I could have also anticipated the use next switch, which makes sense. Let's just go for Baffle Lend to make the Krabtana weaker. I'm a little bit scared of a very nimble Krabtana. That will also be Gargolem, but if it's just like a nimble Brawny, Gargolem is loving life. And even if it is very nimble, because we lowered its melee attack stat, I should be able to live a hit from it no matter what. And I just gotta hit it with a nice, juicy Earthquake. And yep, no very nimble, so Krabtana is down. Unfortunate about the Metronet, I would have loved Gargolem to be able to take it out, because if it isn't Soul Burst Metronet, I should outspeed it. Should. Oh, okay, Lashent is in now. You can tell by the camera. It just always happens, okay. Eventually that'll be fixed, maybe. I don't know why or what causes that low. Well, I'm trapped into Earthquake, so I have to switch out. But that's fine. We know that they have Lashent, and I actually took quite a bit of damage from the Ice Cold Traps, and it's poison, so okay, pretty good. We get to go your snack, we get to like hard wall the Lashent unless it has Sap Plant, which would kinda suck. Let's see low. Don't click Sap Plant. Timber, okay. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a Gloomy Lashent. I wasn't paying attention if it was petrifying. Like, I was not paying attention in the slightest. Let's go for Slap Down to remove a held item. Timber again. Ow. Chill, bro. Chill. I'm assuming then that's actually gloves. Power Cuffs. Okay, that's fine. I'm also going to get rid of a potential held item if it was on the off chance Milkshake for whatever reason, or Health Amulet, but we knew it wasn't Health Amulet because we didn't see it regen health. I'll just click Baffle here just to give up my Your Snack. And now I gotta go back into my Gargolem. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's actually not worth going into Gargolem. Right? I honestly don't think it is worth going into Gargolem, because if I click Earthquake and they have an Air type, they could go into the Air type now. But at the same time, I want Gargolem to get more knockouts, so I'm just gonna do it anyway. I guess we could Nosedive as well. Nah, Earthquake. Lashent isn't gonna live this, right, even if it's resisted, so Lashent's down. I gotta worry about Charonyx. And what else? Is it just one more Loomian, or is it Charonyx? I'm sure there's one more, right? Or is it two more? How many Loomians have I knocked out already? Oh, it's just Charonyx. To be honest, I thought I only knocked out 2 Loomians. I completely forgot about the something. I don't know what I forgot about, but I've definitely forgotten some Loomians. Let's just click Earthquake Claw. My Gargolem probably isn't gonna live this, but I will do some pretty good damage to the Charnix. Oh, and it's lost a loot. That's actually best case scenario. I'm glad it doesn't have an eyesight move. That could have definitely ruined Gargolem's death. But hey, this Earthquake should seal the deal. That is the battle. Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, the Metronet. I forgot about the Metronet and Kraptana, even though I quite literally just saw them not too long ago. The only Lumas I remember knocking out was Lumello and Lucians. I don't know how I forgot about them. They really just died that fast, I guess. Next up, let's go over the Sly range attacking sets, which we're running 200 speed TPs with a nimble personality to let us be as fast as possible, while the 200 range attack TPs are gonna let us hit as hard as possible. The 44 energy TPs at level 50 is going to get us to that 280 energy mark, which will let us passively regen 7 energy back each turn. The 8 range defense TPs is going to make our range defense stat slightly better than our melee defense stat, which will give Perdigon a melee attack increase rather than a ranged one, and then the 48 health TPs are going to be leftovers. For the held item, we're going to be using specialty goggles to give us the biggest damage increase possible. Then for the ability, we're going to be using Gargolem-B's newest ability, which is Sly, and this will let us completely ignore the opponent's held item while we're attacking them, or if they're attacking us. And finally, for the moves, we're running Landslide and Jetstream as our strongest stab options, while Boom Bash and Dark Surge are going to be our strongest coverage options. Okay then, hopping into the next spell, and I'm not gonna lie, this looks a little sketchy. I see a couple of fast Loomians, also a Rain Team, and I see one of the ranged tankiest Loomians in existence, which is not very good for a Goggles Gargolem. Also, Wiki is here as well, which also isn't super great, but it's fine. If Gargolem base does really bad here, I'll just do another battle with it. Okay, let's go for the Ragoon lead. If it's Deladrix, I am preemptive striking that immediately, and I'm going to try and get rid of the Rain Weather. Because if they can't summon it back up after it's already been gone once, it's fine. Also, this is not Clutch Plushy Deladrix, Boots, or Goggles, it says 8 turns. That shouldn't say 8 turns, that should actually say 5 turns, until the initial 5 turns are ended, then it should reveal that it's going to last another 3 turns. Let's preemptive strike it low, just to get rid of that Rain Summon. We do not want to deal with it. And honestly, if they switch out into anything, they don't really have any Loomian that wants to lose their ability, right? Other than Gastroke, I guess. But is Gastro gonna really switch into a Ragoon, a Dark type? Probably not. Oh, they do go for the withdraw into Leviatros. Honestly, yeah, I guess that one is technically the best ability to give up, I guess. But that's completely fine. Also, I just realized that their character is literally Buff Jeff. Why? That's such a cursed character, man. What the heck? Okay, here... Ice Cold Traps would be huge to get up. Bonek is quad weak, Gastroke is weak, Wiki weak, all the bulky Loomians weak to it. Ice Cold Traps are really, really good to get up here. They go for Lunge. That is honestly what I expected. That did not do as much damage as I honestly thought it would do. So I want to say that is most likely not Gluz Leviatros. I'm going to assume Water Essence or Power Cusslen. We just go Your Snack here then, I think. Might as well save the Ragoon, right? No reason to give it up right now. It might be somewhat useful for the Gastroke, to be honest. There's Lunge, completely fine. I want to click Baffle so bad. So bad. But if they stay in, I don't exactly have a great Loomian to come in. I guess I will Baffle low. I don't think Leviatros is able to really deal that much damage to your snack, so I feel like they have to switch out, right? And I don't think it would be Gastroke. If anything, it would probably be Arapago, I guess? Which also, actually, isn't that great for me. Okay. It's fine. Okay, they do go for withdraw. Is it Arapago? It's Gastroke. It's time to try and get rid of this Finglin, okay? It is time to try and get rid of this. It's, Ragoon time, I think? Again? Ragoon time again. Gastroke is not staying in, okay? I'm gonna try and force it out immediately again. Oh, Nourished by the Rain. I honestly completely forgot about that. That is actually really good for a Gastroke clan. Yeah, I'm now gashing. Babs would be nice for more chip damage, but I can't let the Gastroke start setting up. If it starts setting up, I just can't get rid of it. Because my Gargolem is Goggles this time, not the Gloves one, I can't hit it on its weaker defense. And Dark Surge isn't exactly a very good coverage, like strong coverage option. It's kind of the only option you have, though, for Gargolem's range attacking versions. Oh, they actually stay in. I'm actually very surprised about that. I'm really hoping this Naligash is going to do a good amount of damage. If they one-shot my Ragoon, that's fine. I have got Venusaur to deal with it. If they go for Tamp, it mostly depends on how much I deal to it the first turn. I don't think they live two Naligashes, right? Oh yeah, they definitely don't, even if they go for a Tamp. Oh, they messed up. I'm guessing they thought I was going to go for like a double switch, or maybe a layer of Barbs? Oh, heck no. I am not trying to lose to a Gastroke, okay? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's go for an Naligash here. I can't give them a free turn because I can go for Photosynthesis. As much as I would like to go for Barbs here, I can't. If this Gastroke gets a Photosynthesis off, I'm probably not going to get rid of it anymore. Okay, just let Gastroke go down. I am not complaining about that. That is honestly pretty good. Now the only like somewhat bulky Loomian I might have to deal with is Wiki, I think. Arapago comes out, that's fine. I would love to go for more entry hazards, but I just can't really save Ragoon anymore, I don't think. The chip damage would be amazing, but Arapago is going to do so much damage, and I can't really stop Arapago that well. Like, it is also just going to outspeed my Venusaur, which is really not good, so we Naligash. If they get greedy with a Magnify or something, I get to take advantage of it and hit it, but they go for Hydro. I'm going to assume Arapago is probably not Goggles. It's probably not Goggles, right? If it is Goggles, Venusaur is eating right now, but I really don't think it is. Because it hasn't gone for a Magnify yet low, I think I'll be fine. They don't have like a super safe switch in to Venusaur, so I just click Venom Slash, right? Arapago will outspeed me, but I'm willing to bet I'm gonna live one move from it no matter what. If it's Goggles Hydro Blast, I resist it, I'm fine. If it's not Goggles, I should live a Gamma Pulse at neutral, I'm pretty sure. I think Arapago has Gamma Pulse. I might just be making that up. Maybe I'm thinking about Thunderstrike, but I think it has Gamma Pulse. Okay, let's stay in. Also, they are most likely definitely Goggles. That was a critical hit, and that was still resisted. Oh my gosh. That almost actually just knocked me out entirely. Okay. I was not expecting that much damage, I'm not gonna lie. That is really, really bad. They go Leviatros. This will outspeed Venusaur, I'm pretty sure. I think? Either way, I have Snack. I don't really need to worry about Leviatros, right? I just go Snack and I click Baffle every time, right? That would have actually been really bad if they knocked out my Venusaur there. That would have been really, really bad. We go for Baffle here. Leviatros can't touch Snack. They're most likely going to go back into Deladrix. If they go Deladrix, I can go into Venusaur. If they click Bulk Up Blow, that is a nuller problem. So that definitely just proves that it's not Gloves. I guess this might be Gargolem time. Gargolem does not look that great in this battle, unfortunately. That is like the only downside. Maybe Venusaur does outspeed Leviatros, because it's definitely not Boots either, Len. I have no idea what item this Leviatros is running. I'm just gonna assume Power Cuss, Len. Let's go for... Jetstream is probably better to spam on a ranged attacking Gargolem base. Whereas like the melee one, you're most likely going to be spamming Earthquake. Landslide is also pretty good, but Jetstream I think is the best option for the specific battle. Dark Surge technically could flinch, but I don't think we're going to really like accomplish much with that. Because the rain isn't up, and I stall Leviatros's ability, and it's a neutral, because the Baffle cancelled out that bulk up melee attack increase, I think I will live one singular water type move. I hope. I really hope. Oh, they go for the withdraw. Gargolem base should outspeed Deladrix unless it's running very nimble. And because this Deladrix isn't running Goggles or Clutch Plushie, I think it has to be very nimble, right? I think it like legitimately has to be. Well, hey, Deladrix is down. So Arapago and Deladrix are down. Honestly, not a bad sacrifice. Deladrix probably wouldn't be like doing that much for the battle anymore. So now what do they go into low? Gasstroke, Arapago, and Deladrix are down. The rain is up. I'm assuming they did that to get the rain up, so now the Leviatros is most likely going to one-shot me. Let's do a damage calc for this really fast. Oh, yeah. If it's running Nimble, if it's not in rain, it actually won't knock out my Gargolem because of Sly. I would get to ignore like its Power Cuff item if it has Power Cuffs. Now low, I'm actually not able to live one hit. But that's fine, because I sacrificed Deladrix. There isn't like super, like anything like super problematic for your snack, right? Wavewrecker, I gotta like just wait. Oh, it's a shell! Oh, okay. I would have also ignored that low as well, so that honestly would have also been fine. I should have actually damage calced if I could live from a neutral Leviatros. Well, it's basically out of energy, right? There's no way it's going to set up. I think I go for damage. Let it get down to rest, that's fine. Okay, that's completely fine. So yeah, we can probably do a Leviatros now. I got the daze, turn 1, love to see it. I'm mostly trying to stall out the rain turns, but it can just bulk up in my face, which isn't exactly great for me, to be honest. I guess that's fine. We can just spam a Heartbreak. Even at +1 melee defense, my Ursnack is going to do some pretty decent damage to it. Critical hit sucks, but that's fine. There's another Heartbreak for your face. Pretty decent, I guess. Pretty decent. Here's a Shadow Sprint, just for a little bit more damage before I faint. Oh, critical is great. Hit yourself. Okay, Leviatros is down, baby! I think it's just one more Loomian then, right? My team should definitely not have won against this rain team. Boneka. If it's nimble smart, I will outspeed it with Gargolem. If it's very nimble, I won't. Let's go for Baffle. They go for Life Drain. I think I'll be fine. Baffle to weaken it. I might potentially live a Hitlen if it's only running Life Drain and not like Nature's Force. I think my best move is just Dark Surge, right? Jetstream could be decent. Oh, actually that health regen is kind of nasty for it, not gonna lie. Also, running 2 plant earth types is a little weird, but I like Boneka. It's very like underused. I'm not gonna say anything, okay? I think Dark Surge is my best option because I think I can just one-shot the Boneka, I'm pretty sure. That's if I outspeed it low and I might get the flinch. If I don't outspeed Boneka, Jetstream honestly might be better to potentially lower its speed. But no, Dark Surge, I outspeed it, it's only nimble smart, not very nimble, and that is the one-shot. Okay, not too bad, not too bad indeed. I feel like our Golem base didn't like really do that much for me, to be honest. Like, it definitely got the most KOs on the team, but that was mostly because they sacrificed their Deladrix, and I got lucky that the Boneka wasn't very nimble. But at the same time, none of these Loomians are like particularly bulky Gastra, which obviously a Goggles Gargolem is not gonna break through, okay? Definitely not. So, now that we've gone over a melee attacking and a ranged attacking Sly Gargolem base, next up I guess we're gonna check out a mixed attacking one. Which, for this set, we're gonna be running Tundra speed TPs with a nimble personality to let us be as fast as possible. While the Tundra melee tech TPs are gonna let us hit as hard as possible on the melee side. The 44 energy TPs at level 50 is gonna get us to that 280 energy mark, which will let us passively regen 7 energy back each turn. And then the 56 range attack TPs are going to be leftovers, which is just going to be increasing the damage that our Jetstream deals. Also to note, I've purposely dropped our melee defense UPs down to 39, so our range defense stat will be slightly higher than our melee defense stat. This will give Paragon a melee attack increase rather than a ranged one. Although, if you don't want to go through the effort of dropping your UPs, you can take 8 TPs from your range attack and put them into range defense instead. For the held item, we're going to be going with a power cut to increase the damage of all of our moves. Then for the ability, we're using Gargolem-Base's newest ability, which is Sly. This will let us completely ignore the opponent's held item while we're attacking them, and when they're attacking us. And finally, for the moves, we're running Earthquake and Jetstream as our strongest stab options, while Rogue Assault and Naligash are going to be our strongest coverage options. Although there are some other options like Landslide, Nosedive, Boom Bash, Dark Surge, Cerebral Slash, or even Primal Slash depending on what Loomians you're wanting to hit. Okay, and for the final battle for the video, let's try the mixed attacking Gargolem base, which I will say, I don't think is going to be as good as the Gloves or Goggles Gargolem bases, but it definitely has its place. Okay, once again, let's go for the Dragoon lead into Krakaloa. Not exactly my greatest matchup, but removing Krakaloa's Scorching Skin ability isn't bad. It's just I can't really set up entry hazards against it, so Dragoon, honestly not great here. I guess I could go Luminami, but potential Dark Surge from Krakaloa would be pretty scary. So yeah, not exactly great for me. Not exactly great. I'm just gonna go for Naligash to get rid of its ability. Oh, they didn't Soul Burst. I thought that they could have potentially Soul Bursted to get rid of my, Preemptive Strike, but honestly, that's fine. I mean, they don't necessarily need the Scorching Skin ability, I guess, but yeah, with Scorching Skin gone, we're basically like forcing the Krakaloa to go for their Soul Burst maybe a little bit sooner. The only reason why you would keep Krakaloa in its normal form is to try and get lucky with Scorching Skin, so now there isn't really a need for it, unless like you just don't want like the Spirit typing defensively, I guess. Here, I guess we could go for Barbs. We gotta like force the Krakaloa to try and go for entry hazard removal, I guess, which isn't terrible. Raging Flame again, anticipating a switch, pretty smart. If I'm gonna switch low, it would probably be Luminami. Although honestly, all of these are kind of melee attackers, not exactly great. Let's go Luminami here, then. Luminami being burnt sucks, but this is probably the least affected Loomian to be hit with a burn. Teardown, okay. They have got a plant type, which is Mawamurk. Do I make a hard prediction that it's Mawamurk? I will. But I'm not gonna like go super hard and go into Venusaur, I'll go Dragoon instead. And it is Mawamurk. Okay, that is completely fine. We're basically just gonna trade entry hazards, right? The main issue is low, I didn't bring my Infernix, I can't stop or get rid of entry hazards. So maybe a Venusaur would have been better to go into here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the withdraw immediately. I can't really have Mawamurk setting up too many entry hazards. I'll withdraw immediately into Krakaloa, yeah. Okay. Krakaloa is definitely going to try and burn me, but I just have to take it. We Primal Slash for the most damage. We can't critical hit anymore with Venusaur, so I just need as much damage as possible, and there's Raging Flame. Oh, they missed! They missed! Okay, okay. That is actually really, really good. Let's go for Primal again. They're most likely going to go for Rejuvenate this turn. Yep, that's fine. We're wasting a lot of Krakaloa's energy low. I am trading my Venusaur to weaken the Krakaloa so my Gargolem base can just get rid of it without itself being burnt. And Venusaur being burnt isn't like too big of an issue, because I could just Venom Slash the Malamurk even while I'm burnt. I'm gonna do so much damage, I don't think it really matters about that. Primal again. They're gonna go for Raging Flame this turn, yep. Now I think we just hard switch into Gargolem, right? Definitely. They're not gonna go for Raging Flame a second time, right? Gargolem switches in, we go for Jetstream to hit the Krakaloa on the weaker range defense. It is definitely maxed out melee defense, 100%. So this Jetstream will actually do quite a bit of damage. They might actually switch out, and because they might see Jetstream, they might actually not try to burn the Gargolem, which is actually really good for me. But yeah, Malamurk is in. That honestly didn't do that much damage, but I think most Malamurks are generally range tanky. I could go for Naligash here, but again, I have got Venusaur. I don't necessarily want to take damage on my Gargolem, but I think I can take one just to throw some damage, right? Naligash. That's a lot of damage. Okay, that is definitely worth it. Sap Plant. Oh, they're most likely going to try and go for Dodge Lens. Definitely. Okay, let's just switch out then. Why would I stay in? Right? Like, it's very obvious they're gonna go for a, like, Briar Block, I guess. They could actually go for a Withdraw into Krakaloa here as well. That would actually be huge if they did. For them, it would be really bad for me. But yeah, let's just get out of there. I don't want to deal with that. They do go for Withdraw into Kraken. Oh my gosh, they read me like a book. That is such a good switch on their part. That is such a good switch. Can my moves poison? Okay, my Venom Slash can poison. It might be worth going for Venom Slash then. Poisoning the Krakaloa is like kind of like the only option I have. And oh my gosh, I poisoned it immediately. Okay, well, that was quite literally the only play I had. I guess I could have gone into Krakaloa, or sorry, Gargolem for the Krakaloa to hit it with a Jetstream. But now that they've seen that I'm a mixed Gargolem and I'm not gloves or goggles, it's worth burning me. But yeah, that is a huge, huge poison. That is such a good poison. Well, because I can't really do anything to Krakaloa, I might as well just go for a rest, right? They switch out into Terradescent. This clicking Drudge would be pretty problematic. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. And I'm basically giving them a free setup. I have got Luminami, so I might be able to like play around it still. So yeah, let's just go for Venom Slash. Try and do damage to the Terra. A little bit of damage would be great. No poison, there's a Parasitize. No Drudge, okay. Good so far. Venusaur would be really good for the Malamurk, but I clearly just don't need it anymore. So I am fine to click Venom Slash again. Also, that did so much damage, I think that is a Gloves Terradescent, actually. Here's another Venom Slash, might get lucky with a poison again. Damn it. That's fine. Terradescent is still very healthy. I could go Ragoon, but I wouldn't one-shot the Terradescent, and it would get all of its health back, so that's not exactly a great idea. Luminam is kind of like my best option. I can Mega Chomp the Terra, that should one-shot the Malamurk, and I get to do some damage to the Krakaloa. Ursnack isn't really good into Terra. Gargolem would be decent into Terradescent, but I don't think I can one-shot it. But what does Terry do to me? Because if it is Gloves, I ignore Gloves and I resist. Honestly, Gargolem might be good here. Gargolem might be the play. A little sketchy though, I'm not gonna lie. A little sketchy. Naligash is probably the best move for me to click, so I'm just gonna go for it. I think it's Gloves, Terry. I think it's Gloves. I'm hoping it's Gloves. Good damage? It is gloves. Okay, I ignore gloves, so that actually shouldn't do too much. We're so fine. We're so fine. Honestly, Slight Gargolem base is pretty good. The only downside is Gargolem attack is just that much better. If Gargolem attack is allowed in the metagame, you would rather just use Gargolem attack. But if Gargolem attack is banned like it is now, base is actually pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie, it's actually not bad. Let's Jetstream here. I am running out of energy low, so I need to go for a wait or rest at some point. Jetstream should knock it out low. A withdraw again into Malmurk if I had to guess. Yeah, honestly really smart for all them. Really smart. I get a speed drop, that's fine. I don't think I can live a hit from Malmurk. What's the best option for me to get energy back on Gargolem? The only thing I can think of is doing it right now. The Terridescent is not going to let me get a weight off. Krakaloa could, but it's most likely going to burn me in the process, which would be bad. But I have got Jetstream. I think I need to set up, or wait here, like right now. I'm not going to go for rest because I might live a hit. Photo. Okay, resting there would have been better then. That's fine. Naligash is still going to absolutely ruin Malmurk. So I go for another Naligash here. Jetstream might be better here, anticipating the Krakaloa to come back out, but I'm just Naligashing again. I'm not going to think about it too much. The Krakaloa is so weak. So weak. Okay, they actually stay in, so oh, it just lived! It just lived! That is so unfortunate. I really needed that knockout. I really needed it. So what is Malmurk gonna do now? I don't think it stays in. If it is gonna stay in, it's Briar Block, but Photo, Sap Plant, Briar Block sounds a little bit weird. Because that means you can't have Mudslide Malmurk. I feel like that would be like your weird if it's your only attacking move, but it hasn't attacked me yet, so it might be. Babs, I guess, would make sense on that set, but again, like, no plant move, no water type move. I have no idea what this last move is. I could not tell you. I think we honestly go Ragoon. Ragoon might be the best switch in for me here. They go for the withdraw into Terra. This is, I think, the best option then. Terridescent getting health back sucks, but it isn't the worst thing in the world, especially because I can go Ursnack right now. Because I'm assuming they're going to want to click Parasitize on Ragoon for the health back, right? And we know it's gloves, definitely. So I get to go into Ursnack and deny Parasitize, and now I actually get to go for Baffle into Gargolem. If Terridescent stays on the field, I get to go for a wait or rest again. Yeah. They go for the withdrawal though. Honestly, completely fine. Krakaloa is back out. And this is time for Gargolem base again, right? I only have one more move below, which is not great. And I'm really running out of health. Like, really quickly running out of health. But I think it's fine. If we're gonna get a knockout here, Gargolem is gonna secure it, guaranteed. Guaranteed. What are they gonna sacrifice, though? Krakaloa is so weak, they should just sacrifice Krakaloa, right? They should just sacrifice this. There's no reason to keep Krakaloa. Malmurk is also really weak, but it does deny Luminami from clicking Flash and Flee, but I would always just Mega Chomp on it. So I have no idea what they're gonna do. Terridescent is definitely worth saving. A Soul Burst, that's fine. It's gonna go down either way. Honestly, yeah. I'm surprised it took them so long to Soul Burst Krakaloa. If they Soul Bursted it a lot earlier, they could have actually resisted my Naligash, making them able to like switch back and forth from Malmurk to Krakaloa a lot safer. So yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do this a lot earlier, but that's fine. See ya later, Krakaloa? I'm assuming they did it now anticipating Naligash, for me to anticipate them to go into Malmurk, but Malmerk's so weak, it'll go down to any move, I'm pretty sure. And Tyrex is on the field. This could be Boots. This could be Boots. We have quite literally no idea. But I have Yursnak. Yursnak will 1v1 Tyrex, so I don't have to worry about it at all. This isn't gloves at the very least, we know that. Vice Jaws is going to do some damage. That's fine, though. Do they have a Null Spirit type? I don't think they do, so Heartbreak looks really good here. I could actually go for Slapdown. Slapdown isn't bad. Actually, if it's Terridescent, it might be. Yeah, this isn't exactly great for me. Once I get the knockout, I don't. And yeah, that is Special Gloves. I knew immediately with how much damage it did to Venusaur. Let's go for... I should actually save your snack. There's no reason to sacrifice it. We just go Luminama. But yeah, I want to slap down because if it is Boots, Tyrex, getting rid of that Boots is going to be great. My Gargolem should be able to get rid of it. If it's Boots though, or if it isn't Boots and it's like something else, and if Gargolem can't get rid of it, Yursnak is my only way to beat it, Len. So Luminami switches in, and I click Mega Chomp. This will get rid of Terridescent, it will get rid of Malmerk. Parasitize should not heal it enough, right? Because I got rid of gloves as well. Okay, that is Terry down. Oh, this is a tough battle, not gonna lie. Maybe Power Coast isn't a good idea on this Gargolem base because I'm burning through my energy so fast. But at the same time, we have so much coverage, strong coverage, it's honestly worth it, I think. Pyrex is back out. Do I still need the Luminami? I think I do. Dragoon is pretty decent as well. I don't want to give the Malmerk a free switch, and that's the only issue. I'm just gonna click Mega Chomp again. Vice Jaw's okay. That does a pretty good amount of damage. Oh, it's Power Jaw though, isn't it? It's not terrifying. Yeah, it's not terrifying. I guess I could sacrifice Dragoonlan. I don't want to switch into Yursnak immediately just to give up the tank, so I think I will go Dragoon, and I will set up Arbs? Thunder Chomp. Oh, it's not Boots. Gargolem will outspeed it. Okay, that's actually really, really good to know. That is really, really, really good to know. Oh, so my Dragoon actually outspeeds it. Let's go for a little bit of damage on it, Len. A little bit of damage is going to be great. So if I had to guess... It's not Health Amulet either, though. So what is it running? I could not tell you. It's not Boots, it's not Health Amulet. Is it like Heavy Shield or something? I'm really lost. They go for the withdrawal into Malmerk. That's gone. I'm not letting you switch into this. Absolutely not. Malmerk is gone, that's great. So I don't have to like waste 60 free energy just trying to knock that out with Gargolem. Now Gargolem can basically use all of its energy towards that Tyrex if I need to. But I don't know if I've seen their last Loomian. Between Yursnak and Luminami, I think I can beat their last Loomian. There's Tyrex again. We just go for an Allagash, right? Oh! And I just remembered, I stole Scorching Skin. I was really hoping for the burn potential there, that would have been huge. I think we just go Gargolem, right? We just click Earthquake, we probably take out Tyrex. Because it's not, like, guaranteed that my Gargolem is going to be good until the last Loomian. So I think it's probably worth going into it now. It's not Boots, so I always outspeed it. I'm clicking Earthquake, not going to think about it too much. Tyrex might potentially live if it's got, like, some investment, but this is going to do a lot of damage still. A lot of damage. Okay, they stay in, I outspeed it, and it's enough to knock it out, baby! Oh yeah, Gargolem base, great, okay? For everyone that says Gargolem base is trash, absolutely not. I need to sell Iguana. Honestly, this Loomian could 1v2 my Ursnek and Luminame. I need a little bit more energy on my Gargolem. So, I think we go Luminame, and I'm just gonna spam Mega Chomp with Luminame. Nope, Wave Wrecker. Flush and Flee, that's fine. Oh, Flush and Flee is the only way it can actually hurt my Gargolem. So if I need to, I could try and go for a wait, and I'd probably live, but we can basically just wait it out until my Gargolem gets enough energy back so I can actually just hit it once. And yeah, I think that's actually all I need. Let's go for Wave Wrecker here. I should go down, I'm pretty sure. I do. Am I actually going to get enough turns to get enough energy back? Oh yeah, I just need one more. So as long as they don't have dodge, I should be fine. I hope. I really, really hope. But hey, it's fine. Ursnek is gonna one-shot it right here. Unless it goes for Rejuvenate, but we don't care about that. That's completely fine. Slap down. How much damage does that do? Mysterious Dust, okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna keep going for Heartbreak, I guess, then. Just to try and Diz. I mean, yeah, I could just go into Gargolem base here, but if I don't one-shot it, I could potentially lose the game. Ursnek is not beating Eliguana 1v1, unless I get lucky with the dazes. So I might as well just weaken it to the point where, when my Ursnek eventually goes down, I should have enough energy to click Earthquake twice. That's my plan. Is dazed, it hits itself, and is that the battle? I feel like I should have clicked Slap Down. Damn it. Damn it, I should have clicked Slap Down. It's fine, though. They snapped out with it. They go for Flash and Flee. Okay. Well, now I think even if they go for a Rejuvenate, they should be weak enough, right? So let's go into Gargolem. Let's give Gargolem one more KO, baby. There's no way this thing is living, right? If it does, I just forfeit, okay? I just forfeit if they somehow live. Please don't. Okay, there's no way it lives. It's totally range tanky, right? Totally. Please. Okay. Well, I was a little bit scared, not gonna lie, but I feel like I might have lived one Flash and Flee. Maybe. It's fine, okay, I played a little bit risky when I didn't need to, but honestly, that was a pretty scary team. But honestly, Gargolem-B was really good into this team. I hit you super effective, I hit you super effective, definitely hit you super effective. Actually, one of the few Loomians on my team that can actually deal consistent damage to the Terradescents. Tyrek, yeah, all of this I just hit super effective. It's honestly pretty freaking good. Like, the fact that you have Gargolem attacks, entire, like, move pool, but then you just completely ignore the opponent's held items when you're attacking. So technically Gargolem base is better into some Loomians, like, I think it's actually better into Luminame, because we get to bypass its restrictive armor, but also we get to ignore, like, shells, we get to ignore essences or power cuffs. So, like, we can stay around a lot longer than Gargolem attack as well. Honestly, base is pretty good, I would say.